All right, we're just around the corner from another Tao Daily Tarot reading. Here are a few heads up cards. The overall feeling in the reading is soulmates. Right away, you might jump to the conclusion, somebody coming into your life. That may be. But you may be connecting with somebody who's already in your life, or maybe connecting with the most important person in your life. You. Those details coming up in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome to this latest episode of the Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're somebody new to this tarot channel, thank you very much. What makes this very different from every other tarot reading is the fact that I do archetypal imaging. I take a look at the images on the cards. I use 4 different decks. I want a really good mix. I want a chance of maybe getting the 3 of something, or at least 2 of something, because that changes. If you use just one deck of cards, you use a card, that's it. It's off the table. 3 different decks, 4 different decks, mix things up very well. And I do read the images. I try not to add anything, although as the story develops, as the 8-card spread, I only do 8 cards. This is the Tao Daily Tarot, and the Tao is a very simple path, so 8 cards is sufficient. And I talk about energies. Okay, so I do the archetypal readings and I look for energies. I'm not necessarily looking at anything like love or money or health or happiness or any of that right now. What I'm looking at are the energies surrounding you. This is sort of an energetic weather report. So I look at the energies of coming, the energy of going, the energy of pushing, pulling. And stop and think for a minute. In the course of your day, how many things are coming at you, pushing, pulling, coming, going? That's kind of what life is, right? And so if we do this energetic weather report, you can see what the conditions are like energetically around you and then better navigate rather than have me impose some other, this is love and somebody. We don't know. Love can take all shapes and forms. It could be for your children. It could be for your job. It could be for your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. You determine. But whatever is coming in, it's energy, or there are energies. And you want to know where they are, what's going on with them, so that you can be empowered to make those decisions. I also do something that's a little different here. I call it the hyper shuffle. People want to see a tarot reader shuffle the cards. You will, but you better look quick. And I try to get this in about 10 minutes time because you're busy. A lot of things to go. Yes, I know. We're in the middle of this COVID thing. But you still have a life. And if you have children, life doesn't slow down one little bit, really. So there you go. That's how it all sets up. I mentioned the hyper shuffle. How about if we get to it right now? So there you go. That is the hyper shuffle. Let's get to the real-time tarot card reading. By the way, I want to remind you, please, whether you are someone new to the channel or you've been here before, like, subscribe, and share. And remember to subscribe and like most especially, because those are things that YouTube looks at as I'm trying to build this channel. Alrighty, let's move on now to the reading. Have had this before. Soulmates. This is the overall temperature reading. This is the oracle card. Well, what this tells me is, obviously there's love, right? Soulmates, love, yeah. The question is for who, or maybe whom, I should say. Soulmates. We're going to dig a little deeper, obviously, as we get into the read. But that's the kind of temperature, that's the kind of feeling. Emotion, togetherness, nice. Alrighty, we go from here to what a lot of people call is the Pope, otherwise known as the Hierophant. And the Hierophant, is the one that kind of sets up the rules, the regulations, the official stuff. And there are a lot of ways to read this right now. There could be some sort of individual in your life. There could be some sort of system in your life that is rather rigid. It can be, it's kind of almost a sign of the benevolent dictator. At least they would have you believe. But there's something in your life that may be a little bit too rigid. a little bit too staid, a little bit too official. And that may be something that you are dealing with or working with at this point. Alrighty? Maybe a little too much control, a little too much authoritarianism, a little too much, I know better, listen to me, that kind of thing. Okay, maybe a time for you to listen to you. And that may be the soulmates thing, actually. Alrighty, so here we go. We move from there to the Empress. Boy, you want to talk about love, affection. The Empress, as you see here on the card, looks a little bit preggers, and that's because she is pregnant with possibilities. The Empress rules with love, with affection. She can be strict, but nothing like the Hierophant. She uses love. The Hierophant tends to use more power, but the Empress uses more love and opens up the door of possibilities, which is a good thing. Especially with this card coming in here now. Six of Swords, moving from choppy waters to smoother waters. You may not be there yet, but that's what you're looking to do. And in a Mercury retrograde, this is a good time to begin the journey. Alrighty? And of course, we got the full moon coming up in another day or so. So that will really be a great time to begin to initiate, because new moons are a time to begin, a time to initiate. And that may be very likely what you are thinking somewhere, somehow in your life. You're tired of the regulation. You're tired of the imposition, the Pope, the Hierophant. You're looking for more Empress, more love, so that you can sail into calmer waters. And this is a serious commitment for you. We got the Knight of Pentacles. Absolutely. Pentacles, again, anything that you value. It could be love, it could be your health, it could be money. Whatever in the 3D that you value. The Knight of Pentacles. The slowest of the knights, but the one who always crosses the finish line. That's the thing with Pentacles. So you know that this battle that you're having with, for a lack of a better term, authority, probably self-imposed authority. Maybe you're the one that's creating this. Maybe you're the one that's saying, well, I should do this, I should do this, I should. Nobody else is saying it, but you're telling yourself. Anyway, this whole battle with some sort of an internal freedom, a flexibility, that's what's going on during this Mercury retrograde. Because, again, the idea of the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? You want money in the bank, so to speak. It could literally be money, but it could be other things. You want to be able to count on something, or maybe someone. Maybe that's what it is. Again, pentacles are what you value. Not what some tarot reader tells you, not what anybody else tells you, but what you value. And that is what you are working toward. And maybe therein lies the battle with the Hierophant. Too much structure, too much telling me what I can't and can't do, too much telling me what I should and should not do. Question is that information, is that battle going on inside of you or outside of you? Is it somebody saying it to you? I mean, you could say governments all across the world are sort of doing the Hierophant thing. They're telling you to mask up and do all the other things. You could say that. But maybe it's a deeper level. Maybe it's a more personal level. You know it. And then here we come, of course, to the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a rather interesting little character because, well, information is key. And information that is designed to change the storyline. All pages change the storyline of every reading. And so maybe what you're doing now is looking for information that will allow you to step away from the Hierophant and go to where the waters are calmer, safer, better for you. Or maybe it's some sort of a battle, like I said, within you. You're trying to figure things out. How do I do this? How do I make my life mean more to me? Because right about now, here's the vice versa card, and it is in reverse. Here's the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands. This says basically you are putting down a burden. You've had it. What you're doing is letting go. You might even be wanting to be irresponsible. Just the heck with it. I don't care. It doesn't make any difference. I've done it their way. It doesn't work for me. I have to find my own way, and I'll just don't care. I got to go now to calmer waters. But at this point, you're willing to put down some sort of burden. The Wands, passion. And with that passion, it may be misplaced passion. You may be feeling that somebody else's passion is being imposed on you, and you're going, enough. Or you may just say, look, I've had this thing going on for a year. I've had to live a certain life this way for a year. I've accepted my role for a year. It's killed the passion in my life. Enough. I've got to change it. And you are on that journey. So, soulmate, another person? Maybe. But it may also be that internal battle that we all face. Remember, our external lives reflect what is going on internally. Right now, maybe you are trying to become your own soulmate. And in so doing, change your whole life, change your perspective. So there you go. That's the Tao Daily Tarot read for today. Be sure to, of course, as I always say, like and subscribe. Very, very important. I appreciate that a bunch. And that wraps up the reading for today. Until you join me again, which I hope will be tomorrow because I do a brand new read every single day of the year, 365 readings every single year. Until that time that you and I join up again, blessings.